Pleased to be joined now by Silverbacks assistant coach Carter Cochrane following a big gutsy win for you guys, a 3-1 score over the Vernon Vipers. Gutsy, that's my description, but let's start with you. How would you describe tonight's win?
Disciplined. Pretty much in every aspect of our game, I thought we were. We got off to a good start. I think the guys knew the importance of the game. We challenged them to bring a playoff type of intensity, and we have some guys out of the lineup right now that are impactful for us, and there was a good opportunity for guys to be able to step up into roles that, they want to be in and roles that they, might be in the future. And it's a really good experience for them to get this kind of experience in these games, and for us to be able to challenge to play a playoff type of intensity and to have them meet that, it gives us a lot of confidence in our group and their ability to respond. And we talked a lot about how the loss to Vernon on the weekend would be tough only if we lost the next one to Westgate, and we lose that one in a bit of different circumstances, but it gives us a lot of trust in our group that they can respond. And there wasn't a big powwow over the last few days where we, had to rile these guys up in any different ways. We just issued a pretty simple challenge and wanted them to respond to it. And our leadership group was able to get the most out of our guys tonight, and they led by example throughout the entire game. So no, it was a really good performance and a must-win game. And, it's always great when you can say those things in a sentence. So.
You talked earlier in the year, you say experience, and we've talked about, learning from these tight games. You go into the third here, you've been in a position before against Vernon with a lead where it hasn't worked. Is this now we're seeing those lessons being learned and you're putting it into action, coming away with the victory tonight?
Yeah, I hope so. I think that you only really learn from it when you show that you can do it consistently. So while it was great that we were able to get it done tonight, I really liked the way that we did get the job done. We stuck to our game. There was times that they spent time in our zone and maybe controlled the pace of the play, but they were just pushing. They were more desperate, and we weren't. We were, as I mentioned off the top there, we were disciplined. We just kept them to the outside. We made sure we were in shooting lanes. Didn't have them down for a grade A chance in the third period, despite 13 shots and a lot of zone time. And I think that's just learning how to win a hockey game. And I think, like Karen Shinsky said it after the second period, look, I think he said those guys over there are probably calm and, expecting, hey, we're going to be able to battle back and win the third against Salmon Arm once again. And I think he kind of really settled us down in a sense that way. Look, they're over there expecting to win. We should be doing the exact same thing. And I thought we did a really good job of locking it down. And, I'm sure you're going to bring them up at some point, but a big part of that was obviously our goaltender as well.
So let's go right into it then. What was the most impressive thing tonight from Say?
That it didn't look like he played outstanding. So that to me is a huge compliment because he did play really good. And I know that there was some saves that were big saves, but they didn't look like it at the time because he was in the right positions. He was tracking the puck. I asked him after the game, was there a puck you felt like you didn't see? And he thought about it and said, no, I don't think so. And to be able to say that against a team like Vernon, who does such a good job of getting to the net front and creating traffic in front, and they have some big bodies up front, for him to be able to say that confidently, and it was the answer I was expecting to hear, just shows that he was extremely dialed. And, we talked about how our goaltending hasn't been good enough against Vernon, and seemingly only against one team it hasn't been good enough. And for Stacey to be able to respond in a game like that and, to really carry us there, just any time we needed a save, he was there for it. And, that's just the expectation with him, and he's an outstanding goalie. But, I was extremely impressed with just how easy he made it look tonight, and should be something that he can build off of moving forward, especially with a little bit of a lighter schedule here down the stretch.
We've talked at times this season a little bit about needing more from not the top line, other guys. And I know it was tonight just 2 goals for plus the empty netter, but I just want to know, other than that top line, like grinding out this win, what did you see from your forward group tonight that was kind of a positive in terms of the way they battled from not the top line, from the other guys?
Yeah, well, it was a huge positive from our forward group. Obviously, having a guy like Patty be out He's a huge for our group. He's a leader. It's his 4th year of junior hockey, and whenever a guy like that isn't able to play, it leaves a pretty big hole. And everybody had to step up in that regard. And Drew Bennett shifts over from the wing to center and just did an outstanding job in the middle tonight. His entire line, him, Recchi, and Shazi, and Rex gets the power play goal there. Benny gets the empty netter. Shazi had multiple chances. They were all around the net. They spent time in the O-zone. Worked them down low. They were physical. They were our best guys tonight. So I know it's easy to look at our lineup and see the Dax or the Sadakny, Tassi, Mac line and say that's your top line. But we don't see it like that every night. We don't think that we're a one-line team or we're a 1, 2, 3, 4 team. We think we're a group that can roll everybody over. And when we're at our best, like we were at times tonight, we had all 4 lines rolling over, all 13 forwards, which. I think everybody made meaningful contributions in every way. If you want to start at the top and work your way down, you're going to find something positive that every guy brought at different times, whether it was a big block shot, a hit, getting a puck out. It was just all the little things. And, he only scored 2 goals in a game, but, it was a total team effort, and it was something where we could have had more, but we also didn't overexert ourselves trying to create and give up more chances going back the other way. And, I think you play that game over again, it's probably not a 2-1 game. It was exciting hockey back and forth. There was odd man rushes that got broken up by great defensive plays. There were power play chances that was largely a 5-on-5 game, which I know everybody loves. And, I thought it was just a really good hockey game tonight.
Let's talk about the D-Corps just because, once again, 5D and maybe just a word. Partially, William Levine gets his first point and assist on the game-winning goal. But talk about the D as a whole, and then lastly on Levine.
Yeah, really good job out of the D tonight. I feel like obviously I coach the D, so I have a little bit of an affinity to want to talk about them. And I don't really feel like talking about them tonight. They did such a good job, and they keep doing it. And it's not that I don't want to talk about them. It's just I don't want to just keep repeating myself about them doing all the same things over and over again. And I think that they're starting to find that consistency, and they've been thrust into a pretty difficult situation here with the schedule and the injuries, and to be able to manage the workload that they are and to be able to do it at the level that they are is extremely impressive. And, it's going to be, we got a back-to-back coming up where we saw the fatigue kind of set in on the second half on that in the last weekend. And it's going to be important for us to be able to kind of manage our energy and try to play a little bit more of an efficient style. But I thought all 5 did a really good job tonight. And, Vinny really stepped up huge too. And, I think that, he's a guy that can impact the game in a lot of different ways. And, tonight he was really good defensively, had a good stick. He broke up a lot of plays coming through the neutral zone and, was able to get back to pucks quickly. And I thought that his decision-making offensively was really good, especially in the offensive zone. He was taking shots only when he saw lanes. He was putting pucks behind their goal line and their D a lot, and then he sees an opportunity to get a puck on net and gets it through, which is huge, especially against a good shot blocking team like Vernon. And that was our only 5-on-5 goal of the night. So for him to be able to step up and contribute that way too, which I think is going to give him a lot of confidence moving forward, and he should have a lot.
Lastly here, I know it's your favorite question. Couple days off coming up. What's the focus, or I guess going into Saturday against the Vipers again? Do you want to see kind of a similar gutsy effort from the guys on Saturday?
Yeah, we're going to rest up for the next 2 days, and then we're going to hopefully build off of tonight and be able to play the same type of hockey on Saturday. And if we're able to do that, then hopefully we're going to be able to do it on Sunday, and then we can just reset and do it again next week. So we're kind of living in a loop here, so I'm sure you can find some quotes from me from last week that you can use for Saturday, but we're going to be doing more of the same, hopefully.
Thanks so much for taking the time.
Yeah.